They said you wouldn't make it so far.
Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab E-School offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and G.S.E.C subjects, along with training in finding a school to enhance your education and data operation. Not sure where to start? Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say CDP Maths Lab E-School offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and G.S.E.C subjects, along with training in finding a school to enhance your education and data operation. Not sure where to start? Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say CDP Maths Lab E-School offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and G.S.E.C subjects, along with training in finding a school to enhance your education and data operation. Not sure where to start? Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say CDP Maths Lab E-School offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and G.S.E.C subjects, along with interested in finding a school to enhance your education and data operation. Not sure where to start? CDP Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School, founded by Ronique CDP Maths Lab 2009, offers classes for C.S.E.C or students receiving G.S.E.C education, along with interested in developing your enhance your education and data operation. Committed to developing Maths Lab E-School.
Good night, Ashi. Good night.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good night. Hold on for me, please. Um, yeah, hear me? Hello. Are you hearing me?
Are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Do you not hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. I thought you weren't hearing me at all, you know? Um, 1 second there. 1 second there. So have you done any more assignments?
Trying to get the Microsoft stuff on my phone, on my laptop, sir.
Okay. Alrighty. All right, just waiting until at least one more person joins. That would have been Teresa. Um, we have decided to push back the maths class to 8 o'clock because persons didn't really turn up. So tomorrow at 8. So,
Okay, sir.
oh, so it's going to be pushing it back a bit, you know. Maths class.
You wouldn't make it so far.
Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab eSchool offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and GSET subjects, along with training in early childhood education and data operation. Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say about their most fulfilling experience.
While I was attending, it was almost the best experience I ever had. Like I was in class, but I wasn't. I would give the school the full 10 out of 10 because the teachers take the opportunity
Let me
to
see if I
help
can
the
get
ones
Teresa then.
that really needed it. To the upcoming students, this is the best decision you have made and it will benefit you in the near future.
Talk to your soul and say, I can,
CDP Maths Lab eSchool was founded by Ronique Bernard in August 2009 with a vision to see our students receive a solid education with an emphasis on developing their cognitive skills. The school is committed to developing individuals who will have a positive impact on the society.
know that your moves will let them show. You keep creating pictures in your
The class it really helped me, and if you are going to see C.S.E.C, I really recommend this class, so you could always give it a try. The prices are really reasonable, and it is really worth it for online class. Like myself, you would be proud because on that day or on that night when results are out
When Teresa
and you
gets on, we
open,
start.
you log in and you open your results, that feeling, it really is great. It is more of an experience that you would really want to relive.
Of course, I went through it and I passed my exams. So I would highly recommend this to anyone. If you have a problem or so, they will take their time. They will take their time to tell you. Plus, they have history of also past students who have also passed their exams in one.
I have been attending for 6 months, and my most fulfilling moment would be
The interaction between the teachers and the students as the environment is very comfortable and welcoming. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I would rate this institution, along with the teaching techniques, skills, and tolerance of the teachers, a perfect score of 10. If I had the opportunity to recommend someone to this class, I would, because I can assure you that you will leave 10 times better than how you had entered. Now that I am leaving, one thing that I would recommend is a classroom interaction at least twice a month, as some students tend to do better with face-to-face interactions. This program would be the best decision one could choose, as the teachers are excellent at what they do and they will go to the extreme to ensure that you understand what was taught, even if that means staying up with you all night. Choose CDP Maths Lab. Thank you.
Despite his late start, Shonday was able to successfully complete his exam.
Trust me, it's a really good program, because if I entered a month before exam and I passed the exam, that says everything for itself. The program speaks for itself practically. Then
Just start to believe.
CDP Maths Lab eSchool is convenient and economical. We provide flexible learning options in a relaxed environment. With over 80% pass rate, we offer free demo classes before payment, one-to-one interactive tutoring, clinical teaching sessions to strengthen weak areas, and step-by-step video and worksheet exercises.
Okay, good night, ladies. I hope that Nikosha and Tasha will, well, I know Tasha might be viewing from the chat, YouTube chat. Hope Nikosha will join us, but we're going to start devotion now, and trying to wrap up the excretory system. Next week, Wednesday this time, God's willing, life is spared, we're going to move straight into the coordination and control. But I'm not going to say anything more about these assignments. You're on your own. I'm making sure that I do what I can do from my part, and you need to do what you need to do from your part. But let us get into devotion. Now, the world is at, there is this web of deception in our society globally. No one knows what to believe, who to trust. Very, very serious times. And living in very serious times, we certainly need to know the one who created us. Certainly need to hear from him. And that's why I do not have my classes without spending a time with God and reading from his word. So again, we look at this Bible text until you can memorize it, you know. It should be our theme Bible text for biology. Genesis 1:29, one of our very famous texts. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth. Herb bearing seed, you know. God has given you every herb bearing seed. God has given us every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth. So it is everywhere, not just in Jamaica, not just in Cuba, not just in England, not just in Canada, but everywhere. And every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, you shall, to you rather, it shall be for meat. And before we pray, let us listen to our famous and well-loved theme song.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God, yeah. And all my life you have been faithful. Oh, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Oh.
Your goodness, oh God, is running after us. Father, we come before you this time once again, saying thanks to you for having spared our lives throughout this time of trouble, this time of sorrow, where men and women are confused. Men and women don't know who to trust, what to believe. But we thank God that we serve a true and living God who is able to lead and to direct our path. Father, we pray that you will continue to bless us in the way that you have been blessing us. When we look back in the past on what you have brought us through, even now, we are saying thanks to be to God. So to you, O Lord, we pray now you'll forgive us now of our sins that we have trespassed against thee, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lord, at this moment I present to you the students who are studying for human and social biology, not just students of CDP Labs and Services, but students everywhere across the Caribbean. Pray, oh God, that as they study their Lord, that they may not just study just to pass an exam, but they will study and receive understanding, that they can use to help and to save anyone who is in need of such knowledge and information. Pray God to bless them, develop their cognitive skills, and as they continue to study, when the exam should come, may your name be glorified and be honored in their success. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So good night again. We're going to continue with our devotion, with our health talk. And some of these health talk might become very, okay, good night to Nastasia right away. Good night, Nastasia. How you doing? Good night. Oh, good night, Nastasia. I see that you have joined us tonight. Good night, Nikosha.
Good night, sir.
Okay. All right. So one of our new students is joining us here on our channel. Very good. Okay. So we're going through the syllabus, but of course, before we get into the homeostasis, we're going to be looking at another health talk, one of our main feature now in our human and social biology class. Very fitting for this for us to share this. It can be what we're going to be discussing week after week in our health talk can be used as answers in your exams. So why not? Now, for tonight's topic under our health talk, we're talking about the mental fatigue. Mental fatigue. Those involving intense mental activity like now. We are studying hard for exams. Some of us are working, and you have to be using your brain a lot. You can result into mental fatigue. Any of you ever you just feel tired and you're not really doing anything, but you just feel tired, sitting down feeling tired? Any of you? And you ever had that experience, just sitting down feeling tired? Is just me alone? Any of you? Oh, okay. So Teresa said yes, she feels tired at times. Okay. There's anybody in the YouTube chat, you could also respond to that question as well. So they say those involving intense mental activity are in greater need of certain nutrients. The foods that best meet these needs are whole grains, oats in particular, and oil-bearing nuts, especially almonds and walnuts. So like me, I always make oats porridge every day, almost every day. I have my oats. Even today, I was having oats, but it's finished. So I don't suffer that much from mental fatigue. Increase in oats. Why? Because of its excellent nutritional value. It fights physical as well as mental fatigue. So oats is very good to consume. Also increase almond. Well, almond is expensive, but if you can get a little almond, that will be good for you. Excellent food for the brain. Teresa, are you hearing that? Teresa, are you hearing that? Excellent food for the brain. All right? So, okay, Teresa, I hope you're really hearing. You need and company. So it increased almond is good. Excellent food for the brain. It is proportion of minerals is the most adequate for assuring the stable function of the nervous system. Right? Stable function of the nervous system. Okay, hold on there. One second, please. All right. So just continue now. Okay. Now, so the almond, it is adequate for assuring rather the stable function of the nervous system. Third, try to increase in walnut. Why? Walnuts improve mental performance. And right now, we're studying again. You know, you are reading and trying to comprehend what you're reading. And, you know, that's a lot of mental power. So the walnuts will increase or improve rather your mental performance and the proper functioning of the nervous system. And we'll be going to that system shortly. Hopefully, we'll start that next week. The diets of students. The diets of students and knowledge workers should not be without walnuts. So they sell walnuts in the pharmacy and some supermarkets. So you can go there. You might not be able to buy a big tin, but treat yourself to some walnuts. Good. Very important. So even for those persons who are having a bad headache, you need to get yourself some walnuts. And thirdly, or fourthly rather, increased wheat germ. These are very rich in the nutrients needed by the neurons to function properly. So here is our health talk. Increase in your oats, increase in your almond, increase in your walnut, and increase in your wheat germ to tackle mental fatigue. I hope that this was very informative and helpful to those persons who suffers from mental fatigue from time to time. All right. So let us get into our class time right now. No, not student presentation yet. We have.
Hello.
Did any of you did you make any videos, Teresa? Are you prepared for our presentation tonight? Teresa, are you prepared for our presentation tonight? Any of you are prepared for our presentation? Just answer me, please, and don't have me here asking the question for so long. Any of you are prepared for our presentation tonight? Oh, you sent one, Schoology? Let me go and get it right now. We cannot go into the lesson until we see that one. No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go for that. We have to go for the video. Hi,
Bloody hell.
Schoology. I wonder which topic this was on. So we're going to go for our student presentation tonight. Okay, wonderful. I hope it's the same place where we normally have it, you put it, okay? Student within presentations. Which system was it? Which system was it? That's Ashay. Which system is it? I need to hear it because I don't know where to find. Which system did you put it at? Teresa, where was it? Oh, let me check. Which of the assignments, Teresa?
sir, it's respiration.
Respiration. Okay.
And I upload it where I always upload the assignment. That's not where it should upload.
Upload where the video is. Where's the student videos? Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, I found it. Students, when you're in the Zoom, if you, I can't, but the quiet place, So if you're going to be texting, I beg you to go on YouTube. The person's on YouTube cannot speak. You can speak, so you better speak. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at this student presentation now. All right. Let's go. Actually, mute your mic when you're supposed to speak. Your mic was not open, so mute your mic, please.
Sorry, I didn't notice, sir.
Cannot pay attention then. All right, so we're gonna watch this one. So this is our student presentation. Those of you who are on YouTube, okay.
Hi guys, this is Teresa and I'll be talking a little about the respiratory system. So here I have a diagram of a person. We inhale using our nostril. In the nose there is some hair-like structure known as the cilia. This with the mucus help to prevent foreign object from entering the body. Then we have the larynx. The larynx have three main functions. Function 1, it is a passage for air. 2, it's act as a valve to close off the digestive area. This valve is known as the epiglottis. And thirdly, it is the voice box. Here now we have the trachea or the windpipe. This at the end is divided into two tubes which enters the lungs. The main function of the lungs is where the gaseous exchange takes place. The bronchi is divided now into smaller tube where at the end we have some air sac known as the alveoli. The alveoli is where gaseous exchange. So you have the oxygen from the alveoli enters the bloodstream and carbon dioxide from the bloodstream enter the alveoli back to the lungs and then we exhale it. Here now is the diaphragm. And the diaphragm muscle also help us to breathe in and out. So when the diaphragm muscle contract, when it contracts, air enters the body, causes the lungs to expand. Also, when the intercostal muscle contract, it also causes the rib cage to move upward and downward. When we breathe out now, the diaphragm relax, so it returns to its normal shape. The external intercostal muscle now also relax and the rib cage lower into its normal shape.
Okay, 3 minutes. Not bad, but I was hoping to see you'd have included the model in your presentation, Madam Powell, but that wasn't bad. But before I do my critiques, could anybody in the class would like to comment on Teresa's presentation? If you're speaking, your mic is muted. Then you want to unmute your mic and Oh, you didn't have any help with the camera. Okay. All right, no problem. No problem. What you could download a software on your laptop. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, and it will pick up your webcam. So you could do your presentation in front of your camera and record it using Screencast-O-Matic. All right. So those persons who are using laptops to do their presentation, you can download Screencast-O-Matic and use it to capture yourself to do your presentations as well. Okay. And it could have done, you could have captured your desktop as well, even with the camera on it. So download it and play around with it, and you can use it to make your presentations. All right. Screencast-O-Matic. Please remember that. All right. Does anybody want to unmute their mic and comment on Teresa's presentation? Ashley, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, could you comment on Teresa's presentation, please?
Sir, it wasn't bad.
Okay. What you
Yeah.
learned from what she said?
Sir.
What you learned from what you presented?
Hmm.
You say it wasn't bad, so I want to know if you're in fact listening. Huh? Nikosha, what about you? Nikosha? I don't know if Nikosha having an internet issue. All right, is there anybody on YouTube would like to make a comment on Teresa's presentation? All right, I will just play it again for those who just came on, and then we're going to critique it. All right, just 3 minutes. Let's just play it again.
Hi guys, this is Teresa and I'll be talking a little about the respiratory system. So here I have a diagram of a person. We inhale using our nostril. In the nose there is some hair-like structure known as the cilia. This with the mucus help to prevent foreign object from entering the body. Then we have the larynx. The larynx have three main functions. Function 1, it is a passage for air. 2, it's act as a valve to close off the digestive area. This valve is known as the epiglottis. And thirdly, it is the voice box. Here now we have the trachea or the windpipe. This at the end is divided into two tubes which enters the lungs. The main function of the lungs is where the gaseous exchange takes place. The bronchi is divided now into smaller tube where at the end we have some air sac known as the alveoli. The alveoli is where gaseous exchange. So you have the oxygen from the alveoli enters the bloodstream, and carbon dioxide from the bloodstream enter the alveoli back to the lungs, and then we exhale it. Here now is the diaphragm, and the diaphragm muscle also help us to breathe in and out. So when the diaphragm muscle contract, this cause when it contract, air enters the body, causes the lungs to expand. Also, when the intercostal muscle contract, it also causes the rib cage to move upward and downward. When we breathe out now, the diaphragm relax, so it returns to its normal shape. The external intercostal muscle now also relax, and the rib cage lower into its normal shape.
All right, very good. More details could have been mentioned in terms of the size of the lungs, getting smaller, larger, especially when you are inhaling, it expands and allow it to a lot of air to enter. And when you're exhaling, it contracts, gets smaller, and then allow the air to leave. That's a bit of information that was missing. However, I like how you started. I like the whole flow of it. To me, you actually articulated very well right there. So I'm just asking, please continue to make these videos. Continue to make them, because I guarantee you have heard the testimony on Saturday night from Miss Samoy, and she was to tell you how helpful making her own videos were. And so I am asking you to continue to do so. Don't have me begging and beseeching for you to make these videos. It is for your own good. Once you can articulate the information, you're able to master it. And trust me, much easier for you. So when you go into the exam, you can write it in your own words and flow in it, because you are basically using your own words to explain or to share your knowledge of the respiratory system related to this diagram. So continue, 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 continue. All right, so thank you very much for that. So now we're going to go back to our lesson for the day. All right. And before going any further, folks, if I am asking a question, I'm going to ask you please to respond. Okay? It takes up too much time in the lesson and I have to wait. All right? Okay. So far we have looked at we have looked at from number 1 to number 3. So we're going to be taking it up with the skin as well, and we're going to get into number 5, 6, and 7. And as usual, speaking to our viewers on YouTube and listeners on YouTube as well, we're going to have, as usual, we normally would have had our activities, and you will be still getting those simple little worksheet activities to do based on homeostasis today. All right. Of course, our past paper classes has begun on Saturday night. And if you want to be a part of the past paper classes, then it's only on Zoom. So we'd recommend that you register with CDP Labs Services, that you can get that class itself, where we go through the past paper questions on Saturday night at 8 p.m. All right, so let's continue. Yeah. All right, would have completed those worksheets already. We've gone through this. We've gone through this. We've gone through that. So we're going to listen to our video now, and then we will look at our picture afterwards, and then we'll go flow into the lesson for tonight. Let's listen to this video quickly together.
You're walking down the street on a hot summer day. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. And then you realize you're all wet. Where did it come from? Why is it here? That gross, salty liquid that squirts out of you is sweat. All humans sweat. Most mammals sweat. Even plants can sweat. But what about water bottles? You know you've seen it. A cold glass of water on a hot day. Water starts to form on the outside of this glass. Did the water just leak right through the glass? Is this quantum mechanics at play? Not quite. Air is made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and trace other gases. But there's also a lot of other things in the air, like dirt and dust, but also a lot of water vapor. Warm air can hold a lot of water vapor, but when air comes into contact with something cold, like a glass of ice water, the air can't hold as much water, and the water vapor will condense out, forming water droplets. The water in your glass actually comes from the air itself. Condensation is also the reason that morning dew forms. The cold night air can't hold as much water as the warm air from the day before. Humans, quite obviously, don't sweat the same way. We have millions of tiny sweat glands that squirt out mostly water mixed with salt and other minerals. So, how does this cool us down? It's actually quite complicated, but let's do our best. Think of temperature as pretty much the same thing as energy in this circumstance. Your skin transfers energy to water molecules. The molecules of water with the most energy will escape the water droplet and evaporate. That energy that is gone lowers the total energy of the system. In essence, the high energy molecules that are evaporating lower the temperature of your skin. Next time a drop of sweat is sitting on your arm, you can think about the trillions of molecules evaporating every second just to make you a bit cooler. And as always, thanks for watching and have a super duper delicious day.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so we're going to watch it one more time and then listen carefully to what the gentleman said. And then we're going to discuss it again. All right. But what he was doing in the video, before we rewatch the video a second time, he was in fact creating analogies, right? So he was comparing we sweating with a glass of cold water. Good. He was comparing we sweating with the plants, and what he was really referring to is transpiration. So when you get up early in the morning and you see the ground wet, but not really around the plants wet, you might see little droplets of water on the leaves itself. That's called transpiration, and that is how the plants, these basically seen that the plants sweat. Right? Let us watch the second time, and then so we can get a better understanding as we go further.
You're walking down the street on a hot summer day. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. And then you realize you're all wet. Where did it come from? Why is it here? That gross, salty liquid that squirts out of you is sweat. All humans.
And note, he said here that, and I'm certain if you're an athlete or you have participated in some form of sport like track and field, women do play football, yes. So football or maybe, well, apart from track and field, you would have netball and volleyball, you name it. Even persons who dance will sweat. And if you're sweating from your forehead coming down, at times a little drop of it might touch your tongue, lips, and you taste that salt in your sweat. Anybody ever had that experience before? Have you ever tasted your sweat before? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
And you actually taste the salt in it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what he's saying is
Also
actually
burns the eye.
it burns the eye. Yes. Good. So what he's saying is actually true. Now, so that is why we are saying that the skin is an excretory organ because of the sweat. When it sweats, it gets rid of excess salt in the body and also excess water in the body as well. Hence why it's really referred to an excretory organ. Now, also, that's actually called thermo thermoregulation. That really means controlling the body temperature. The thermo really refers to temperature, regulation refers to control. So we talk about thermoregulation, we're talking about controlling your body temperature using your skin. Now, let's look at the picture before we go back to the video. Now, here we have right here is your sweat gland. Good. And you have your This is an ear follicle, right? Now, these red arrows going up is the heat lost by evaporation, right? Right here, you have muscles being relaxed. The ear lies on the surface, so it flattens. Good. And of course, you have the blood vessel dilating. Now, when the blood vessel dilates, it simply means to expand. Now, those who have been mothers before would understand what dilate means. I know the young ladies are not mothers, but Teresa, what about you're a mother, right,
Yes,
Teresa?
sir.
And you know about the term dilating, right?
Yes, sir.
Where that take place for mothers?
Sir, I don't know.
Oh, you mean you don't know? You're a mother. Come on. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy
Sir,
now.
mother, not a doctor.
No, you don't. Hello, but it's not the doctor who have the experience. Is you have the experience.
Me,
You are the
sir.
one. You are the one who has the experience. Where the mothers dilate? Tell me. Anybody in YouTube want to tell us? She should know. She should claim she don't know. She claims she doesn't know. All right. Let me tell you that. Since you're afraid to talk, dilation actually takes place at the cervix, right? A woman's cervix has to dilate. If you don't dilate, oh my God, she's going to experience some serious unbearable pain, right?
Sir,
So,
and there's the C-section.
they should. Okay, I got you. I got you. Right? So when it dilates, it's basically expanding. Good. Basically expand. So it dilates to expand. Good. So when it expands, it means that it actually it's releasing. So a lot of blood comes to a lot of blood comes to that right to that surface right there. And then of course the heat energy that comes in the blood, because what is really traveling is not sweat, but it's more heat energy. Good. So the heat energy is now all right. This is the heat energy right here. So heat energy is actually leaving. So the blood carries heat. Good. And then you have now the sweat glands now so as it causes the sweat to be formed and it goes up. And then when it goes up, it condenses and it becomes sweat. Right? Good. Now, in colder temperature, your blood vessel will not dilate, but it will constrict to retain the heat in your body so that your body inside can remain warm. Yes. Good. Now, the muscles causes the ears to stand. So when you're in the cold weather, I don't know if you during Christmas time, if you experience it in Jamaica here, that when it is cold, your ears tends to stand up firm, right? It is erected. Good. So it is the erector muscle that would cause the ear follicle to actually stand firm. Good. And then the sweating is actually what? Reduced. Good. So there are mechanisms inside your body that regulates the temperature inside your body. All right. So let us continue. So it's very important to know where to identify the sweat gland, where the blood vessels are. Good. And what you must understand too. Let me give you an analogy about this evaporation thing. You are cooking. All right. Watch me now. You are cooking rice and peas. Ashay and Nikosh, do you guys cook at home? Ashay and Nikosh, do you guys cook at home? Ashay
Yes,
and
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you cook? What you cook?
Rice and chicken, veggie chunks with pasta, um, mashed potatoes.
My favorite, mashed potatoes.
What else? A lot of stuff, sir.
But you said rice, you said veggie chunks and
Yeah.
chicken. So
Cabbage,
cabbage.
callaloo, pak choy.
Okay. Okay. So that was a Sunday dinner? You cook all of that in one day? That was
No,
Christmas dinner.
sir.
That's why Christmas dinner. That's why Christmas dinner.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Nikosha, what you cook?
They're the same, except mashed potatoes.
Okay. I'd have to run from Hanover to Ochi for the mashed potatoes because I love mashed potatoes as well. All right. Good. So when you're cooking though, and you would have probably put maybe one of those transparent pot covers, and you'd have noticed that what is coming from the rice, especially, you don't see water coming up, and it's actually steam coming up, right?
Yes, sir. Steam.
Steam, good. So it's basically as a similar thing here with the sweat gland. Good. So the steam comes up. The steam comes up. Good. So when it reaches now to the pot cover, you see all of a sudden now you see that steam converts to what? Liquid. The gas converts into what? Liquid, which is condensation. So what really happens now is that it cools it. The air on the outside cools the heat, and hence it becomes sweat. So even when you sweat and your sweat evaporates, your body tends to feel what? Cool, right? So sweating makes our bodies feel what? Very cool. So very important thing to pay attention to. All right. So we can again listen to his video, then we move on.
Sweat. Most mammals sweat. Even plants can sweat. But what about water bottles? You know you've seen it, a cold glass of water on a hot day. Water starts to form on the outside of this glass. Did the water just leak right through the glass? Is this quantum mechanics at play? Not quite. Air is made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and trace other gases. But there's also a lot of other things in the air, like dirt and dust, but also a lot of water vapor. Warm air can hold a lot of water vapor, but when air comes into contact with something cold, like a glass of ice water, the air can't hold as much water, and the water vapor will condense out, forming water droplets. The water in your glass actually comes from the air itself. Condensation is also the reason that morning dew forms. The cold night air can't hold as much water as the warm air from the day before. Humans, quite obviously, don't sweat the same way. We have millions of tiny sweat glands that squirt out mostly water mixed with salt and other minerals. So
he's telling you that the sweat gland squirts out mostly salt and water and other minerals. So if a question should come in the exam asking you to state excretory products of the skin, make sure you remember to write salt. Well, you should not forget that because it tastes it when you run up and down. Other minerals and water because you see it draining off your body. Obvious, right?
how does this cool us down? It's actually quite complicated, but let's do our best. Think of temperature as pretty much the same thing as energy in this circumstance. Your skin transfers energy to water molecules. The molecules of water with the most energy will...
So you're saying that the skin transfers energy to water molecules. So as I was saying to you right here, when the blood vessels dilate, the blood is actually carrying right there is actually heat, which is heat energy. Good. So the heat energy that actually escapes from the skin to the outer part of the skin and becomes what? Water molecules. All right.
escape the water droplet and evaporate. That energy that is gone lowers the total energy of the system. In essence, the high energy molecules that are evaporating lower the temperature of your skin. Next time a drop of sweat is sitting on your arm, you can think about the trillions of molecules evaporating every second just to make you a bit cooler. And as always, thanks for watching and have a super duper delicious day.
Okay, thank you very much for you, sir.
You're walking down the street.
All right, so here's another explanation of all of that. So here we have our blood vessel right here. Everybody can see the blood vessel? Can everybody see the blood vessel right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, of course, it is carrying water, sodium, potassium, protein, calcium, magnesium, phosphate, and chloride. All of those things are being carried in the blood vessel right there. Good. Now, to expel heat, the blood vessels electrolytes and the water into the sweat gland to produce diluted sweat. So water is actually there in the sweat gland as well. Now, on the surface of the skin, it helps to spread sweat into a thin film across the skin, aiding evaporation and cooling. So some sodium is reabsorbed back into the horse's body. This is for the horses basically, taking water with it and leaving a concentrated sweat solution to evaporate on the skin, similar to human beings. All right. All right. So let's get into our lesson for today. All right. Now it's time for a bit of action. I don't see much persons on YouTube tonight, but it's time for a bit of action. So for those persons who are there, if it's the first time you're coming on, we normally use this opportunity to engage not just our students alone in Zoom, but of course our students in at YouTube. So we're going to share the link with you, and hopefully you'll participate and enjoy this part of our class. All right, folks, let's get into it. You might be forced to do some research. All right. So I'm going to allow you to try a thing or two. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. All right, put the link in the chat. And of course, I'm going to put a link in the YouTube chat as well for persons who want to participate. Now, for persons who are new to us, you're going to click on this arrow. I'm just going to select something. I don't know if it's correct, but I'm just selecting it. But you must ensure you complete the entire worksheet. All right, lot of question. What? When you're finished, click on the word finish. And then you're going to click on email my answers to teacher. You're going to write in it your name. So for example, Ronique Bernard. You don't have to use your full name, but if you choose to, and choose grade 11, doesn't really matter which grade, whether in science, you choose science, or you type in the word science. And of course, you're going to use CDP Maths Lab. A lot of persons tend to not remember the email address. So I'm going to ask you please to write down the email address now. So it is CDP Maths Lab hotmail.com. When you finish typing in the email address, then you're going to click on the word send. And then we'll get the scores. Oh, I got one right. That was good. All right. So that is the instruction that you must follow to participate in our class. So let's see who will get the highest mark tonight on homeostasis. That's our topic for tonight. And I'm going to share it now in the YouTube chat. So for those who are on YouTube, get ready. I'm going to share it with you now. All right, so it's now in the YouTube chat. It is now pinned at the top. So the email address is CDP Maths Lab hotmail.com. All right, let's see who will win tonight. Who's gonna win tonight? You guys got yours already, right? Oh yes, I did. Let's see who's gonna win tonight, huh? So am I not seeing Vivette tonight, or Dimples, or Jessica, or DK out? I'm not seeing those guys tonight. Are you guys not there tonight? Let's see who will win tonight. Gabriel, are you there tonight? Where are those students tonight? I don't understand. Where are they tonight? When you have a team with you, Teresa, I'm not seeing the team at YouTube tonight. I don't understand. Don't understand. All right. Good night to those persons. Again, let's see who will win us. Who will be winning? Who will win tonight? Let's see who will win tonight. Any results yet? No, not too early. Too early to see results. Go ahead, state market. Send my keep going, state market. You guys are finished, let me know, please.
Sir, I'm finished.
So quick?
Sir, and I don't think anyone would concentrate with you making that humming, you know.
Oh, sorry. I will keep myself occupied because I like to hear good noise. So when person's busy not saying a word in the chat, I mean it's sorry, not even chat. Wow, that's good. That is good. Good score. Good score.
Sir, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit confused.
You're confused. What happened to you, Ashley? Let me know. You need some walnuts? What
No, sir,
happened
I
now?
just don't
What
understand
happened?
what to do.
You don't know what to do. You mean you don't know what to do?
Just think about it and imagine, put myself in the situation. When I'm cold, what happens?
Well, okay. Okay, you got a little hint there. Try.
Or when the time is cold.
Okay. Okay. Got a little hint right there. So let's see.
My ears turn up. Sometimes my ears turn up.
My
Yep.
son said sometimes his hair stand up.
Which is true. When it is cold. And that is when even the blood vessel actually constricts. All right, let's see if we get another one in.
All right, come look at this.
No, there's no more in as yet. Okay, so we have Teresa 7.7. Nobody from YouTube. There's nobody from YouTube. Okay. Nobody? Nobody from YouTube? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Are you for real? Nobody from YouTube as yet? All right, so we await the remaining results. 7.7, good start.
So I'm finished.
You finished the question? Okay. Let's see. Wow, 8.5. Okay, that's very good. Come, Ashi, come. So we have 8.5, we have 7.7. Nobody from YouTube at all. I don't believe it. Jessica not there tonight. We're not seeing Vivette. We're not seeing Elaine. Where are those people, man? Not there tonight. I wonder because of the maths class why we didn't get to complete our lesson. All right, come Ashe. We'll score on this one.
Sir, can I sit out this one, please?
Oh, you want to sit out this one? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go to Nikosha's one.
Sir,
All right. Yes.
sir, the second part, I just look at what my answer. The second part, let me look at it again. It's supposed to have more there.
More.
Supposed to have more. I'm seeing less there, but it's not supposed to be less.
Well, more is the answer.
Yeah.
See there, more is the answer. She got it.
No, I'm talking on my own.
Okay. All right. That's where you made a mistake.
Yes, sir.
Okay, understand. All right. So but come on, Nikosha. I gave you the answer. You really choose the wrong one. I don't believe you, Nikosha. Nikosha didn't say I choose the answer and put the dilate there, and I got it right. Nope.
Show that my screen. We need the.
You weren't seeing it.
No, sir.
You weren't looking.
Oh.
Man, I can beat you now. All right. So okay. All right. So this picture is showing a man with a thermometer right here. So it's simply saying that his temperature had increased, and the brain, it was detected that an increase in temperature was detected by the brain. Good. So we're using this activity now to understand the regulation of body temperature even more. So yeah, go ahead.
What else?
Oh, your son. Okay. So the brain, I think it is the hypothalamus in the brain, good, that senses the high body temperature, because you know that the brain is the government of the body. Good. The brain itself is a government of the body. All right. So in the brain, you have a minister of body temperature called hypothalamus. So that minister of body temperature detects an increase in your body, high temperature. So what it does now, so wait. The minister decides that, listen, this cannot continue. We have to do some corrective mechanism here. So the blood vessel now, so some message has been sent out into the neurons that you must cause these blood vessels to dilate. And when the blood vessels dilate, the air will lie flat, as and then now increases sweating and less urine. So when you're sweating, of course, you'll urinate less, right? Good. 1 second here. All right. So once that takes place now, then the temperature will decrease. So your normal body temperature is supposed to be 37 degrees Celsius, right? That is our normal body temperature. So once the temperature is high, the hypothalamus will in fact increase. Then the brain will cause the blood vessels to dilate. The air will lie down. So it tells the erector muscle to contract, causing the air follicle to lie flat. And then, of course, it will also increase sweating and, of course, less urine. And the body temperature will decrease and return to its normal temperature. So what homeostasis really does, so the role of homeostasis is to maintain a constant environment within the body. So it must not be below 37 and it must not be above 37. Good. So as we can see right here now, once the body temperature decreases, good, it is also detected by the brain, which is the hypothalamus again, and the corrective mechanism will take place. So now the blood vessel this time will what? Constrict. So guess what? It says, listen now. It says, listen. The minister of temperature says, it is cold time now. We cannot allow the heat to leave the body. So blood vessels get smaller, blood vessels get smaller. So of course the blood vessels get smaller and constrict as best as possible to keep the heat in, just to maintain a little temperature inside the body. So the ears now stand and erect. You know why stand erect? Because guess what? You want to capture as much heat between those air follicles to keep your body warm on the outside as well. And sweating will decrease and you will urinate more. I don't know if you have experienced that, where when the time is cold, you tend to go to the bathroom fast. Oh, Nastasia Radway got 9. Congratulations. So Nastasia got 9. Oh, she never seen the next one. Okay. We'll look at your results, Nastasia, in a few. So Nastasia got 9. Congratulations, Nastasia. All right. So you must be able to explain temperature regulation and state exactly what happens. Now, once again, I am saying to the class, make your videos. All right. As a matter of fact, as we approach the exam, make sure you have your models. And students, take me serious. Man, I beg you, take me serious. Make sure you have your models so you can come to the class and do your presentation, because the rest of the class is going to be presentation. So if you don't come to do presentation, we're not going to have a class. Okay, all right. So we're going to look at now regulation of the water. Now, what happens right here? When the water level increases, too much water in the body, that is detected by the brain. Good. Now, it is not the hypothalamus this time. It's another minister in the brain that detects the increase in water. And what it does, it sends an hormone called ADH, antidiuretic hormone. See? So an hormone is sent to the kidney to produce more urine, right? And then now the water level in your body will what? Decrease. You know, God is an awesome God. God is an awesome God. And we must learn to regulate. Let me tell you what God has caused us to regulate peace in our relationships. He says, so when you see that person getting hot-tempered, God says, quick to listen, slow to speak, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And you realize that when you exercise those corrective mechanisms, it causes the person to boil down, to relax, come back to a peaceful sense. That is how we keep our peace level normal, our stress levels down. Because when we get all angry and upset and all these things, stress levels go so sky high. But if we use the corrective measures given by God, quick to listen, slow to speak, it maintains peace in your relationship, peace in your life. Yes, homeostasis. So let's get back to regulation of water content. Good. So corrective mechanism. So the hormone ADH will cause the kidney to produce more urine, hence decreasing the water level. Now, what if we're dehydrated? That is also detected by the brain. So the brain is very important. And what we mentioned earlier about the brain food, the oats, the walnuts, the almonds, the wheat germ rather, all these things are important for your brain. Those are brain food. So the Minister of Water now recognize that, wow, there's a drought. There is a drought out there. So dehydration started to take place. So guess what? Corrective measure. Brain says, stop the ADH, stop the ADH. So that hormone release is convalescence and produces asks the kidney to produce less urine. So the kidney is like the water commission. The part in the brain that detects the water level is like the minister of water. Okay, good. So, and then it increases now by the water level. So what is going to end up happening now? Because it become thirsty, it causes you to become thirsty. Therefore, you end up what? Drinking water. God is an awesome God. Osmosis again. And so just simply explained, if I were you, I would bookmark this worksheet so that you'll have it for further thing. Okay, so homeostasis control now. So regulation of water content is the kidneys, regulation of body temperature are the skin and skeletal muscles. Good. And of course, the skeletal muscles is a part of it because of the erector muscle causing the air follicle to either lie flat or stand erected. Hence why the skeletal muscles are part of it. So regulation of the water content relates to the kidneys, regulation of body temperature relates to the skin and the skeletal muscles. All right. Well, well done. Congratulations to both of you. And of course, so do you understand now, Ashi?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Gabriel McPherson. Congratulations, Gabriel. Well done. Teresa, did it back over, Teresa? So we see Nastasia. Nikosha got 8.5. So Teresa, you're really going to back over and get... No, Teresa, I don't believe you. Ah, okay, good night, Gabriel. Nice seeing you.
Sorry, the last part I'm trying to fix because I realize every time I try to the skeleton, it's removing the first one that I place on it.
Okay, I understand. All right, so your first score stand, but please know, in reality, the last score that always stands, okay? All right. Yeah, so good. So job well done to all of you. So I'm seeing a 7.5 there. Nikosha got 8.5. Congratulations. Nastasia Radwe got 8.5. Congratulations. And of course, Gabriel Mark Farson, 8.5. Congratulations. Where is Jessica tonight? Well, Gabriel is representing, Gabriel and Nastasia is representing YouTube tonight. So very good. All right, so we're going to go now into our second activity. We're going to go now into our second activity. So you have really got a little, you see, this is CDP Labs of Services. You learn by doing, right? Learn by doing. I hope that you have made notes from all of that. Good. So let's move to our second worksheet for the day. Second worksheet for the day. This one might be a bit difficult, but why not try? I have a student in third form that says, nothing done. No, nothing tried, nothing done. So let's see. All right, so let's go to chat. That's our second link. And let's give our YouTube personnels their second worksheet as well. The run is after 9. Okay, all right. All right, Nastasia, still congratulations. All right. So there goes your second link for those in YouTube. And of course, the email address again is cdpmatslab@hotmail.com. So we're now on our second worksheet. And I know that you guys are going to do well again. Should do well again. I believe that. I know you're going to do well again in the second one.
Sir?
Yes?
She
Finish
just
already?
reached home. She said she soon be on.
Oh, Jessica?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, she
my.
have afternoon shift.
Okay. Missing out on the excitement already? I can't believe it. But tell her next time she'll put service on the phone and jump on.
No man, she
Right.
was at work, so
Oh, no phones at work.
no.
Sorry. Well, she have two persons out there representing, and they did very well. One, yeah, both Nastasia and Gabriel executed representing the YouTube team, and of course, you guys represented the YouTube team well too. Nicosia went out there with a bang starting hard. You went 7.7, so not bad. Um, Last week you're alone, Teresa. You have to ask them where they were. All right. I think yeah, Tasha was there. Tasha was there as well. All right. So these little worksheets, and as you look at the possible questions, you recognize that these little worksheets really helps. So please try your best not to miss a Wednesday night's class. Let me leave you alone to concentrate. Well, should get the first one correct, for sure. Hmm. All right, any results are in, is it? Any results in? Let's see if there's any results. Wow. Gabriel already? Well, Gabriel, very good. Very good, Gabriel. 8.9, representing the YouTube team. Very good, Gabriel. 8.9. You have to get a 10 to top this one. Gabriel got an 8.9. Teresa, Ashay, Nikosha, you guys need to beat the score. Can I make the YouTube team win? Well, Gabriel, you are representing the YouTube team. Nastasia Radway. I don't know if Jessica is on us yet. If you're there, good night to you. Don't know if you're on as yet. All right, this looks like another one is in. Not as yet. All right, so we have Gabriel still waiting on the other scores. So congratulations, Gabriel. You have gotten 8.8. Not bad. Looking good. And this is where you guys can test your knowledge, where you're at. I know that we're going to get a good performance in human and social biology come 2021 exam. I'm sure that by God's grace, God's will and mercy will do well once again. So we get 100% pass last year. We need 100% pass this year. We have more students in the exam. Need 100% pass this year. All 4 of you have to pass this exam. All 4 of you. And of course, our friends from YouTube, I'm sure you're going to pass the exams as well. Gabriel, Jessica, Vivette. I'm not seeing Vivette here tonight. I want to know what's up. Any more results as it? I'm not seeing any more results as it. Any more results? We have one in from YouTube. Okay, Teresa, 8.9. Okay, wow. All right, so there's a tie with the Zoom students and YouTube. Is there anybody going to break the tie? Any tiebreakers here tonight? Any tiebreakers here tonight? Is anybody from YouTube going to break the tie? Gabriel from YouTube, 8.9. Teresa from Zoom, 8.9. Communicosha, Ashay. Cannot make the YouTubers beating it tonight, you know. Wow, this is it's always an exciting Wednesday night, always. So we await one more. We await one more. Waiting on one more. Any more out there? So 2 8.9, one from YouTube, one from Zoom. From Teresa Komashi. No more results, is it? Okay. All right, so we have another result. Let's see. Oh, Teresa. Teresa, like seriously? All right. Nicosia 7.4. All right. So Teresa decided to do it back over and got 9.5. So all right. Ashi, where's yours? All right, so we only got 9.5. So the highest score is 9.5. All right, I don't know where went wrong before. All right, so let's look at the worksheets now. We look at if there's any from YouTube that came in after Gabriel, then we get to look at that afterwards. Okay, so what does the word homeostasis mean? In simple terms, the ability to maintain a reasonable, stable internal condition regardless of surrounding factors. So when we have that feedback mechanism, so the brain detects causes the internal conditions to be stable. So to stabilize your water content, stabilize the temperature, and now in this activity, you would have learned about stabilizing the blood sugar level as well, right? So as I use the words below to complete the paragraph. So clearly, some people suffer from a disease called diabetes. I know we have type 1, type 2. They do not produce enough of a hormone called insulin from the organ in the body called the pancreas. Insulin controls the blood sugar levels, and diabetics have to be careful that they do not eat too much sweet food. They may also need to inject themselves with the hormone insulin to help control their blood sugar. So of course, we know that the pancreas is the organ in the body that is responsible for the production of insulin. All right. And a little further in the lesson, we want to learn more about controlling the blood sugar. Of course, our bodies need to keep the three important internal conditions balanced. What are they?
That is where I get wrong first. The blood sugar
First.
level, that
Yeah.
was looking too much.
Oh.
I'll put fast.
Oh, okay. Gabriel, I believe got it right on the spot at the beginning. All right. Yeah, man, she got it. I could have seen it, but at least you learned from it. All right, you learned from it. Okay. Now, so the blood sugar level is true. That must be kept. That must be kept at the particular level. You should not. You should reduce sweets. You should reduce those junk food, and of course, the temperature should be regulated as well. The water. So the three of them is the blood sugar, the temperature, and the water content. Those three internal conditions must be kept stable. All right. Now, match the following statements. If you get too cold, you develop frostbite. It's a long time I've heard that word, frostbite. Long time. And of course, if you get too hot, you can develop heat stroke. We have heard about that some time ago, especially in France. The heat stroke was serious, killing a few people well. All right. Okay. So, job well done. And let's see, another result came in. Let's see who's this result from. Ashe. Okay, not bad. You very good score. So from YouTube we have from Zoom we have 7.9, 7.4, and I have to be fair to those in YouTube, 8.9. All right, so only one representative from YouTube tonight for the second worksheet. Only one. Nastasia, where are you? But anyway, congratulations to you, Gabriel. You have done very well tonight. Unfortunately, that is our last worksheet for tonight. So we're going to move on with our lesson for tonight. All right. So you should be able to meet those objectives on the syllabus. All right. So let's move on to our other lesson. So we will further further explain the concept of homeostasis. You have learned from the activity, and I was just saying, just in case you didn't learn much, we'll still continue to place some emphasis. So nothing is wrong. We're going to continue to we'll look at the glucose levels, controlling the water levels, and controlling the temperature levels. But before we get into controlling glucose levels, could somebody tell me what you just learned from about looking at the controlling in the controlling water levels or controlling temperature levels? Because one of you explain, or two of you explain, or all of you explain. Just explain to me what you just learned from the activities a while ago. Could one of you explain, please? I'm waiting. Anybody would like to explain what you just learned? It's very important that you explain and stuff like that. You have to reflect on your lesson. Let's reflect on the lesson. Nobody at all? All right, so we're going to continue from here. All right, so we're going to go to controlling the glucose levels. All right, so here we are. So this picture is giving us an idea how the glucose level is controlled. So, of course, at number one, you decide that you want to treat yourself to a cupcake or one of those lovely mashed potatoes that Ashe would prepare, or the rice and chicken that Nikosha would have cooked. Good. And either of them would have increased your glucose level. So the stimulus here now, it triggers off the blood glucose level to rise. Now, when the blood glucose level rises, the beta cells in the pancreas release insulin into the blood. So they would have produced the insulin, and then of course the insulin now will do what? The body cells will take the body cells will take up the what? The glucose. Good. So once you're well, this is just in case once you don't have diabetes, right? Neither type 1 nor type 2. So we're talking about outside of diabetes existing. Good. So let's start again. So for number one, if you eat something that is sweet, then your blood glucose level will rise. The pancreas will say, okay, then, all right, insulin must be released in the blood. And that what will take place now is that the body cells will take up the glucose. Now, the liver takes up glucose and stores it as what? Glucogen. So the excess glucose now will be converted by the liver to glucagon or glucogen, right? All right. Now, the blood glucose level will in fact decline. So we have reached now homeostasis. Now your glucose level should be what? 90 milligrams over 100 milliliters. I think you'll want to write that down, right? Okay, so Gabrielle says that she learned that homeostasis controls a constant body temperature of 37. All right, very good. And of course, Gabrielle also says, well, in degrees Celsius. Okay, very good, Gabrielle. Nastasia, what did you learn? So Gabrielle told us what she learned, which is very good. All right. Now, in number 2 now, what if the blood glucose level falls? Now you're hungry. You're hungry. Want some food. Now, stimulus blood glucose level falls. What happens? Alpha cells in the pancreas release what? Glucagon. So there's 2 hormones that works in controlling the blood glucose level. So if it what, let's go again. If your blood glucose level is high, then the insulin will go into what? Be secreted into the bloodstream, cause the liver to take up some of it and store it in glucagon, glycogen. I don't know why I keep pronouncing the word wrong. Glycogen. Good. So now that glycogen is synonymous to starch in the leaf. Good. And of course, the body cells would have taken up some of that glucose and use it in for respiration, right? Now, so the minister of transport and works in this case, you have to consider the bloodstream as a road, circulatory system. Good. So you have to keep. You don't want too much blood sugar inside on the road right there. It reminds them of some people who sells downtown or in Mandeville or places like those where persons would have to okay. Gabriel, before I finish, Gabriel says also the glucose levels should not rise or be too much that the hormone insulin can't control. That's true. This would have been prevented or when a healthy person without diabetes, the secretion of insulin in the blood cell. And she also continues to say, if the glucose levels fall, the liver cells will secrete the production of the hormone glucagon in the bloodstream. Well, not the liver cells, but the alpha cells in the pancreas. So that one needs to be corrected, Gabriel. Okay, so I was saying before that the glucagon, they behave like the Metropolitan Police, right? That tell the vendors to clear the road and so the vehicle can pass. Too much vendors on the road. So just see the vendors like the blood glucose, and the Metropolitan Police like glucagon. No, not glucagon really, but insulin rather. Good. So when it's high, insulin secretes, liver converts it to glycogen, and the blood cells will take it up and use it for respiration so you can get energy. Good. Now, so when the glucagon now is released into the bloodstream, the liver will now break down the glycogen and releases what? Glucose. And then the blood level will rise again. So even though when you feel a bit hungry, you get something. A lot of people you have to get something sweet, but not necessarily because your pancreas is acting and it's causing the storage to be used up. So God has as his emergency system in the body. And I said, God is an awesome God. An awesome God. You know, 3 things need to be regulated: the temperature, blood sugar level, and what else? Water content. God is funny, you know. God is funny. God is a funny God. Because guess what? We are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yes, the Almighty Father. Because of his love, he regulated life, salvation by sacrificing his only begotten Son, John 3, verse 16. Jesus Christ came to regulate, teach us how to live in a sinful world. When the devil tried to tempt him 3 times, he said what? For it is written. That's what it brings. And then the Holy Spirit. So after Jesus Christ has ascended to the heaven, the Holy Spirit descended. The Holy Spirit is here with us in spirit. And his job is to teach us all things, make the truth plain and clear to us. So again, God is an awesome God. And when you learn science every Wednesday night, there's no way you can deny that there is a God. There is a God, and we must worship him who created the heaven and the earth. So, in wrapping up this thing now, we have learned about the control of water, and of course, that has to do with the kidneys and the ADH hormone. Good. So, if there is less water, the kidney will, will be instructed not to release much water, but there is a lot of water, the kidney will be instructed to create more urine. In simple terms, if your body temperature is higher than 37 degrees Celsius, then of course the hypothalamus will instruct and cause the nerves to have the blood vessels dilate, and of course more heat energy would leave the body as a form of water vapor, which is actually a form of sweat with water coming as well, which includes salt, water, and other minerals. And of course, your ear follicle will lie flat. But on the opposite side, if the temperature is cold, then the blood vessels will constrict, not allowing much heat energy to leave the body or any at all, and of course, causing the ear follicle to stand erected, trying to trap as much heat to keep the body warm. So um, that's how that works. That's how that works. So if you notice, I was able to tell you back what we just learned because I taught it. Because I just taught it a while ago, I was able to tell you back everything. Therefore, if you create the videos just the same way, you must learn. Yeah, you must learn, right? So as we wrap up this class tonight, um, oh, and I forgot the third one, the blood glucose level. So the blood glucose level increases in the blood, then the beta cells would have produces insulin. The insulin causes the body cells to what? Open up and accept the glucose, use it for respiration, and of course the liver will take the excess glucose and convert it to glycogen. But if it was too low in the blood, then of course the alpha cells in the pancreas would release glucagon and then cause the glucagon now will cause the liver now to reconvert the glycogen back into glucose. Therefore, in carrying back the blood glucose level to its regular level, which is 90 milligrams over 100 milliliters, mass per volume. So that is homeostasis. And we have wrapped up, we have looked at the definition of homeostasis. And just for you to see that what we do every night, it really covers the syllabus. So for tonight, we looked at explaining the concept of homeostasis. We defined homeostasis. We look at examples of homeostasis. We looked at the feedback mechanism, or well, we did not include the regulation of carbon dioxide in it still, right? But we looked at the description of the blood sugar level. We'll talk about the role of insulin, role of glucagon. We looked at the regulation of water and the regulation of temperature. Good? All right. So heat and temperature is different. Heat is actually energy, but temperature is a measure of the energy. Okay? That's just the difference. All right? So we basically covered, by doing these little worksheet activities, we would have covered the excretion and homeostasis. We can fast, isn't it? So next week we'll be going to coordination and control. Now, I don't want you to think that because I'm going through this, it's you should not do the worksheets. You should not go watch those videos because those videos are in more details. All right, you go and watch those videos, do the worksheets. It's very important. Make your own videos, as we have watched tonight with Teresa. I need more videos. Do I need to play? Yes, go ahead, Teresa. You're about to say something. Go ahead. I thought you were going to say something, Teresa. No, nothing. All right. So it is very important that you do what I ask you to do. So next week, we're going to go into coordination and control next week, Wednesday. And on Saturday night, we will continue our past paper questions. Of course, we're focusing on past paper questions on Saturday night. To our YouTubers, we say thank you very much once again for your participation. Thanks to Gabriel for participating tonight. Thanks to Nastasia, who's a new student with CDP Laboratory Services. Thank you for participating tonight in our exercises for human and social biology. And a big thank you for those who joined us tonight for classes as well. So as we wrap up the session tonight, we are saying thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. And again, thanks to our students in Zoom, Teresa, Nikosha, and Ashe. Now, I know that when I come, if I go to either St. Anne or Hanover, I will have dinner. I will have dinner. So when Christmas time come, I know where to go. So I have to take the Northwood Express to stop maybe first in St. Anne, and then I'll take the Northwood Express again from St. Anne to Lucy. Teresa, what you cook, Teresa? I didn't hear what you cook, you know. Teresa, what you cook?
Sir, I don't cook.
Please, thank God for Ashe and Nikosha. Thank God. So I have one on the right, one on the left. Lucy and over. All right. So, folks, I again implore you to do your assignments. It is very important that you do it. Every week I keep begging. I don't want a night to come and you miss out. So I don't want the exam to come. And it's only if I did watch the videos. I don't want that. Only if I did the worksheet assignments. I don't want that. This school is the home of grade 1 students. And of course, you have heard when at the beginning of the class, when I played the advertisement, some of our past students of old, one particular person, I think I don't quite remember his first name, but his last name is Lopez. He was from St. Mary High School. And he got all of his subjects that he came with, and he got grade 1s. Ashe, he also taught, Mr. Bolt taught him IT, and he got a grade 1. So I am asking you, please, I actually try to get in touch with Mr. Bolt, please. I need Mr. Bolt to return.
Yes, sir. He's not actually on my shift, you know.
But he still work at the school.
I assume because I know the name, sir. And I've heard the name a couple of times. So I'm trying to get in touch with somebody on the other shift.
Yes, man, I need about Mr. Bowles. See if we can try and get the person on the other shift, because we need to get about Mr. Bowles to start the IT classes pretty soon, so that we can maintain our grade 1, thingy, Good. So that's it for tonight. Wish you all the very best and God's richest blessings, and keep healthy. Read your Bible, pray. That is the end of did not do the evaluation. How was class tonight? Those who are on YouTube, if you're just joining us for the first time, we ask that you will Tell us how was class tonight for you. Let us know if you enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, please to like the class, share the link. If it's the first time, subscribe so you know when we're coming live again, which night. Come, guys, you know, you have to do your evaluation tonight. Nikosha, are you there? We'll start with you first. Miss Gooden, are you there? Miss Gooden, are you there, Miss Gooden? All right. You can text yours since your mic is not working. You can text yours. All right, Teresa, don't text yours. Your mic will work very well, Teresa.
Sir, my mic work, but I'm still having different. It's still. Well, class was great tonight, sir. I enjoyed it and I learned.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Ashay, Ashay, your turn.
Yes, sir. Tonight class was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was
Didn't
okay.
understand much, but I got to, get the understanding of what we were doing.
Okay. All right, good. And of course, you have access to the video that you could
Yes, sir.
rewatch. All right, Nikosha, were you trying to attempt to speak? Or you want to text in your little much what you have to say? All right. Those on YouTube, could you just say your piece, please, so we could read it? What I was if young DK out was here, I must say I missed his participation. Okay, Gabriel says that class tonight was very informative. I learned a lot of additional information on the excretory system that I wasn't aware of. Okay, Gabriel. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, Nikosha one, I believe, is coming in. Nikosha says it was helpful in making me remember things that I've learned last year. Okay, all right, very good. All right, so we'll continue to make the class interactive every night. Oh, that you wasn't aware of. Okay, Gabriel, I got that. All right. So that's it for tonight. Have a pleasant night. So we'll meet on Zoom again Saturday night. We'll be finishing up the past paper. Hope you remember which past paper it was. So we can finish up the past paper and move on to another past paper next week, Saturday night. So every Saturday night is dedicated to past paper questions. Sorry for my Zoom, my YouTube folks. The past paper section for human and social biology is really for our Zoom students, CDP Lab students. You are also our CDP Lab students as well, but those who are in Zoom, they are the ones who have access to that class on Saturday nights. And of course, our mathematics class will be returning at our same time, 8 o'clock on Monday night. And of course, live again, but on Thursday night, we'll be having our maths class on Zoom, but past paper night, but that will not be streamed live. So if you wish to be a part of CDP Library Services, you want to be a part of that interaction with the past paper questions for, well, I said paper 2, rather for mathematics. Of course, we do paper 1 on Monday nights, but paper 2 will be done on Thursday nights, and paper 2 for HSB will be done on Saturday nights. So that is it for our programming tonight. And thank you very much for making it CDP Labs Services. Have a good night, ladies. Nikosha, your mic have no tongue tonight. So I'm going to buy one tongue for your mic. Okay, Nikosha? All right, good night, ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, Nikosha.
Remember, Nikosha mic na no tongue tonight. So, Teresa, go ahead. You guys don't want to leave? I don't believe it. All right, Nikosha, I hear it. Have a little tongue there. Okay, then. Oh, we're saying good night, Teresa. Oh, Teresa's coming on back.
Daddy.
Yeah, we're saying good night, Teresa. That's what we're saying. We're saying good night. We're leaving now.
Okay, sir. Good night.
Good night. All right. Tell Simone she will start class next week. So she must not wonder when she's going to start. All right. I spoke to her. She came to the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we spoke. All right. Good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. Take care.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Just wrapping up the session. Good night to again to the YouTubers. Taking this opportunity to recruit any new student for CDP Labs Video Services. If you believe that this class is helpful, which you have said already, informative, just share our channel with your friends and family who are doing exams this year. And if there's anyone you know who would like to be prepared for C.X.C, not just maths alone, not just HSB, but the sciences, English language, and of course, our language class streaming will definitely begin next week. Right? Definitely. I promise you on that. By the grace of God, our language classes will be streaming live next week. Now, we also do business subjects. We do principles of accounts, we do principles of business, and of course, we are recruiting students for information technology once again. So once we have the students in place, then the classes will be run. And if you have enough students in the class, of course, we'll be streaming for those. So persons who may not be able to afford the classes, you could get just get some students who you think can afford the classes so we can stream those other classes live and direct to share with students in the Caribbean and the world at large. So help us to recruit some students, and they can go to our Facebook page. Let me show you that. They can go to our Facebook page and click on our sign up button. I'm going to show it to you in a short while, where you can go and register. Let me tell you where you can go and register for CDP Labs Video Services. So you can go to your Facebook page. Go to your Facebook page. You click, and by the way, you can go on one of our YouTube channels and you'll find the link to the application form. So you go to so you type in the @ online education JA, and that will take you to CDP Labs Edu Services Facebook page, and go here. All right, so of course you go there, and that's our contact number there. All right, so if you need help with anybody need help with C.X.C and CAPE preparation, they can contact CDP Labs Video Services, home of grade 1 students. Of course, let us take you to the home of grade 1 students. Okay, and of course, so when they come, they'll click on the sign up button, and it will take you straight to our application form. And so you will fill out the form, click on next, and the cost for the classes is at the end of the form. So if you are interested, you can go to our Facebook page, click on the application form, sign up button, click on the application form, fill out the application form, and then as soon as you fill out the application form, then we will have someone contact you, and then you will be invited to a meeting, a new student meeting, and of course you'll be allowed to start your first class. Then you'll receive your invoice to pay your registration fee only, which is just $2,000. And of course, if you you have an option, you have two packages. One, you can be a part of the Zoom classes. So some of our classes are streamed and live on YouTube, but the students who pay for the Zoom classes will have 2 days for the week. And of course, those who pay just to have access to our Schoology platform, then they will have to view the classes live on the YouTube channel. So you have two packages. One is lower than the other, but one has more advantage than the other. So the choice is yours. All right. So thank you once again for making it to CDP Labs Services. Looking forward to see you next week, Wednesday or Monday. Stay healthy, stay positive, read your Bible, and pray. Have a good night. Oh, I have a favorite music I want to end this one with. What's his name again?